Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish back with the next episode of Titan Quest. So, I hope that you're enjoying playing along. Thank you for being here, and welcome as we come to Boeotia. We're just up the coast from Polyphemus's cave right down here where we ended episode 2, and I wanted to get to the next rebirth fountain, so I've come just a short way here, and we're going to go on from here because our next task is to find the sacred olive grove so that we can get an acceptable offering for the Oracle of Delphi. Ooh, satyrs are already out in force trying to stop us. But they won't. We know from experience that that is unlikely to happen. Historically, they have failed so far. And they're continuing to fail now, but we're going to have to go through some of their camps in order to actually get to the olive grove and to Delphi itself. That's alright, though. So, since y'all have chosen Dream and Warfare to be our masteries, our character has become a harbinger, and that's appropriate for a prophecy-driven adventure, I think, because she is definitely a harbinger of doom, if nothing else, for these satyrs. Let's grab this stuff, make sure I don't run off and leave it. I think that was all that was important. We haven't got to try out all of our new skills yet, but I think that we're probably going to get to see some of them in this episode. There's our Warhorn, which you can see stuns enemies, which is great because Dream also has a couple of abilities that stun. And as with most games, anything that stuns enemies, paralyzes them, puts them in that similar kind of status where they can't really fight back or do anything, it's going to have a long cooldown because that's a powerful effect to put on a target. So it's great to have more than one, because that way, while like Warhorn is on cooldown, we'll be able to continue to use our Dream abilities to stun enemies as they wake up, get a little bit more time fighting them while they can't fight back. It's the safest way to fight anything. Psionic Touch is still working out quite well. Now, at higher levels, we may look into respecking and checking out Onslaught, but right now, Psionic Touch being free is doing just fine, I think. See, look how great Warhorn is. Man, love that. It's one of the best warfare abilities. Alright. Getting ready to come up to another new village here. We'll go across that bridge in a moment, but for some reason, and I'm not really sure why, I feel like we're about to come up on Ambrosis, and for some reason, whenever I get to Ambrosis, I feel like I often take a death right around here. There's really no excuse for it. It just somehow it happens. Ooh, better get rid of this guy. Yep, that's a health potion situation. Sure, little nightmare there is a big help, because he keeps grabbing the ones that run away from me. And I appreciate that, because otherwise, as a melee fighter, we're going to have to chase them down. I'll have to grab that health potion. Ooh. Lots and lots of these boar riders. And you can see from that green glow around their heads, similarly to the Maenads, they have the rogue mastery, so they poison their weapons and deal damage over time, which is not ideal for us. That's okay, though. We've got healing over time as well. See right there, Sergos Longstride. That is a mini-boss, or a hero monster, they call them. Whew. There we go with that star over. Love to get those hero bonuses. They usually drop something good, too. Not always. I think I mentioned that in a previous stream with, like, Nessus. They typically drop something good, though. If it's not something along the lines of, like, a green quality item, then it'll be maybe a yellow item that is one level above whatever you would normally get from monsters in this area. These dusky boars are a lot more dangerous than the regular boars. Boars in general are like surprisingly like powerful. They take a lot of punishment. They don't go down easy. They attack quickly. They have a charge. They're just nasty early game enemies, and the sort of palette swaps of them, the enemies that tend to be like them, also tend to share similar qualities. So you'll notice a big power jump between the regular boars and the dusky boars. But they're always going to be a problem. A few more points in Dream, and we'll be able to upgrade our Distortion Wave to a better ability, which I'm looking forward to. Ooh. Awesome. Okay, so there's a green item. Now you may notice this is a little weird to me. I don't know why they chose this color scheme, but you'll have some items that they're not that typical bright green, like this one here, which is a rare item. They're sort of a dull yellowish green, halfway between yellow and the green of a rare item, which is appropriate because they are about halfway between a yellow and a green item in terms of quality and power and what they kind of bring to the table. So this is, you know, absolutely a great item. And I think that just indicates it's sort of a rare item, but I'm not really sure how to appropriately explain it. Like, it's a rare item, but it's an item that always spawns as a specific type, as opposed to it's not simply a rare enchantment on a common item, such as our Copus of the Siren. Instead, the Outrider's Cap is always a Centaur helmet. So an Outrider's Cap is still kind of an uncommon item. I suppose perhaps you could call it that. But it is always the same item model, for example. I don't know if we'll trade that out or not, though, because I am really loving the health regeneration, but eventually we're going to have to give it up for something else anyway when we find something good enough. So perhaps it'll be the Outrider's Cap. We'll see. Ooh, that big green eye right there, that is a hunting ability. Many centaurs have the hunting mastery. That one is sort of like a hunter's mark, where you can set foes that are affected by it as a sort of favored enemy, and you'll deal extra damage to them. They'll have reduced armor against your attacks and so on. So when you see the green eye of Sauron there, we definitely don't want to be hit by that. There's not any way to clear the condition, at least not easily. So we just have to deal with it, and the best mitigation for it is to take down everything around us as quickly as possible. Okay, there's Chiron, which is a famous centaur, and one whose name you may know. We will come back and visit him in just a moment. I want to finish clearing out the fields. Oh my gosh, would you stand still so I can hit you? Those crows like to move around so much. It's annoying. So much boarhide. That's probably the most common monster trinket in the game, and I'm not upset about it for sure, but I don't know that we're ever going to need as many as we have. Oh my goodness. Ooh, we want to get rid of that elder quickly. We saw one of those in the last stream, and one of you mentioned those specifically as being a really annoying monster. Which is definitely true, because they have the warfare mastery, and they'll place down a standard that gives everybody a bonus. Not great. Not ideal. Oh, that level transition's taken a while. There we go.
Sword and shield, not your style? I think you'll find what you're looking for here.
Not quite. Let's see. Is anything that we're finding better than anything that we have? So far, not the case. Ooh, nice. That's a straight upgrade. An additional dexterity and also some lightning resistance, why not? Now this is where I really hate to give up our health regeneration, but I don't know. Plus 5 dexterity, 20 health, a bonus to armor. It may be worth it. We'll consider it. But not this instant. Let's see if we can mix and match any of these over here. And indeed, it looks like we actually do have a couple at this point. We've got some duplicates. Oh, that's going to be a finished one. Wonderful. Do we have another Heracles' Might? We do not. Okay, no problem.
Your goods are safe with me.
Double up some of these. There we go. Our first finished relic. Essence of Prometheus's Flame. And so now you can see what I was talking about, that just like with the boar's hide, you know, it gives you additional armor when you complete it, or at least this one does. So this Prometheus's Flame, now that all three pieces are combined, it's going to give you quite a bit of burn damage over 3 seconds, a bonus to fire and burn damage from your weapon, and plus 50% damage to demons, which is great.
I can hold that for you.
Definitely nothing to shake a stick at. Let's move this down here. Go. And you can see that they are a little bit different. Like this one that we just finished gives you plus 4 additional armor, whereas this other boar hide we completed earlier is plus 10 cold resistance. So, ooh, we can wear these now. I kept that because it's 9% attack speed, which is great. 16 armor. Yeah, overall I think it's time to change away from that. The plus 5 dexterity is all that we're losing. And we've boosted our dexterity enough that we can wear all of our equipment out without having to worry too much about that. So that's great.
Safe travels.
We'll sell that and get back on the road.
Have a look. Yes, a good day.
Alright, back at it. Let's grab this stuff. We'll clear out the center of the farmlands. And then we'll go talk to Chiron, who you may have noticed has a quest for us. More of those elders. Oh, and there comes that awful enchantment. There we go. That was perfect for a stun, the way they were all grouped up like that. That's what we want to see. Oh, another elder. Oof. I mean business. Did we leave? Yep, we left a boar down here. There we go. You know we can't leave anything. Gotta get it all done. I think that's about it, actually. Let me check my map after we kill this centaur. Yeah. That's pretty much the whole thing. Okay, well, back to Chiron then. He's going to send us on a step and fetch it quest.
A gentle greetings, good traveler. What, are you surprised to find a centaur not crazed with war and hatred? My name is Chiron. I am pleased to meet you. Sadly, I have a problem that I cannot solve.
Well, lucky for you, we're problem solvers.
You see, I have long dwelt in these woods at peace with all the creatures. But recently, they have gone mad. Worst of all, I know, the Maenad priestess. When I stopped by the stream to drink, she surprised me, stole my magic bow, then ran into a cave. Warrior, I am a centaur. We are not fit for caves. In that dark, cramped space, we cannot fight well. If you would do me the kindness of retrieving my bow, I would gladly share with you my great store of wisdom and learning.
Which is totally worth it, because Chiron is one of Heracles' mentors. Of course, he's mentored other heroes as well throughout Greek legend. Anything that he has to share is definitely something that we want to be a part of. Come here, Crow. Okay, nothing else on that side. We'll go over here. Ooh, more of that diseased plumage. Ugh. It sounds so awful just to carry it around. Anything? Nothing interesting. Okay, no problem. Into the cave, then. Oh, you might have seen the quest marker up there ahead of us. That was Ino running off. She'll lead us a merry chase through the caves here. Honestly, I really don't know what Chiron's complaining about. Like, this cave is pretty roomy, right? A battle marker. Wonderful. Just what we need to get through here in a hurry. Their sad little, like, growl, meow things when they die is just so heartbreaking. Ooh. While we still have our battle marker, let's grab her. There we go. Oh, there's one left. Shazam. Floor cache, some equipment, several quality chests. Wonderful. And it's nice that this quest, you know, being a side quest, doesn't really take us out of our way or burden us with too much distraction from the main story. It goes pretty quickly, and there's just that one little sort of mini-boss fight at the end. And then essentially you're looking at an almost free reward from Chiron. Let's see what he has to give us down here. Here's your bow back.
My bow. Splendid. Warrior, you have my gratitude. And as I am noble, I am good to my word. Let me bestow my thanks.
What a weird way to phrase that. Like, you didn't need to tell us that you were noble. What was my light doing there? Yep, so he gives us 2 attribute points as well as 3,000 experience, which is really great. Let's pop right in here. Need more strength. And we could always use more dexterity as well, because some of these items require high dexterity, and some of them, on the other hand, are giving us our high dexterity. And we're going to have to think about trading them out or upgrading at some point. So that means it's important to keep boosting that stat so that when we unequip things, we don't lose out. We don't want half of our stuff to come flying off of us because we can't equip it anymore, you know, once we take off a helmet or some armor. Trade out a necklace. There's our rebirth fountain. This guy does have a quest. Here we go.
A blacksmith of remarkable skill lives in the hills by Helicos Pass. Some say the god Hephaestus himself taught Termerus his craft. He's friendly, but he keeps to himself. If you can find him, he will sell to you at a fair price. If he likes you.
So there's a secret blacksmith in the hills. Now, Termeros is,
Long road, stranger. Come, have a look. I might have something to suit your needs.
he's basically like a high-level shop. He sells equipment that you normally could not find that wouldn't drop in this act. Like, you would be getting it off of creatures and out of chests in Act 2 and so forth. But how is that still? Okay, well, whatever.
Thank you.
But unfortunately, his prices and stuff are high enough that I don't know that it'll be beneficial to us.
I was on my way from Delphi with some goods to trade. I had just set up camp amongst some nearby ruins when I
Yeah,
heard the
exactly.
rattle of bone and smelled the scent of death. I looked up and saw skeletons everywhere. They didn't seem too friendly, so I ran. As far as I'm concerned, whoever finds my goods can have them.
Indeed. And yes, hello. Get out of here. This is a little, like, kind of plateau area that I think is very easy to miss. I always have to make sure to come here before I do anything else when leaving Ambrosis, otherwise I do, in fact, forget it myself. Oh my goodness. Leave me alone, I just want to pick up treasure. Oops, that's not the M key. Let's see. Okay, so this dead ends. Here we go. More adventure this way. The Nightmare's a lot better at fighting those birds than I am because they move so quickly. It can be hard to target them when you have a melee weapon. But yes, when we find Termeros, he sells weapons that are like kind of from the early part of Act 2 and some other later chapters. We'll just have to see when we get there whether or not his... oh, just phased through that fence, okay. Whether or not his prices justify it, because we're looking at items that, you know, might actually be better than the drops that we're getting. I've said before that normally buying from shops in games like this, I think, is often a waste of your money, because if you just hold out, then the drops from dungeons and from enemies is going to be better, and it's going to be free. There you are. Excellent. We're moving along at a good clip. You just stood right there and let me walk right past you. Okay. The night cycles can get a little bit dark in this game, so hopefully you can see this clearly. At least the map stays lit up. Could you imagine if it had a night cycle as well? Ooh. See, now we're starting to see, instead of just regular centaurs, we're seeing highland centaurs, just like we saw dark satyrs and dusky boars. And as they get those descriptors on them, those are kind of like the palette swaps in something along the lines of Might and Magic, where they get a little bit stronger each time. They're always going to follow the same themes, though. Go. Ah, well.
That is my grove burning on the hill above. The sacred tree is still up there. She may be unharmed, but you'll have to get past the savage brutes to reach her.
Okay, so here we go. This is where we came for an olive branch. This is where we were heading to. There's going to be more arachnos, their pet spiders up here. This part has always felt like kind of appropriately tense. I like the atmosphere here because like the environment and the burning grove, ooh, nice, makes me feel as though there are actually stakes. Similarly to when the game has monsters chasing down a fleeing NPC and you kind of run up and intervene. Most of those NPCs can't die, but it makes you feel, especially if you don't know that the first time around, your first playthrough of the game, it makes you feel like you're doing something to assist with the situation. It makes it feel real. I guess it gives weight to your work. Let's see if that sword is... Ah, okay, well, we have to level up before we can use it. Well, we'll just hang on to it for now, then. Hopefully that means that it is actually better than the other one that we're using, though. There we go. Alright, back up this way. Don't worry, my guy. Your grove will survive. We'll see to it. Okay, now I am going to drop a portal stone right here because there's a boss up here, and if she kills us, I don't want to walk back. Yep, it is Arachne, because who else could it possibly be? Arachne the Spider Queen. Nice, and killing her summoned minions there leveled us up and gave us a free heal. Nice. Those poison clouds. There we go. Phew. My fault for standing in the poison clouds. Those drain your health faster than the potions recover it. Ugh. I decided to stand right in it. That's fine. We made it. Okay, let's open these chests first. We all know what we're after. Cash, axe, a circlet. Let's grab the sacred olive branch. There we go. A lovely tree, by the way. And of course we can't forget the big chest. Oh yeah. Yeah, boy. A green bow. Well, maybe some other character can use it. Okay. Let's head back down here and let the guy know that his grove is safe. Well, it's safe to start fighting the fire anyway.
The tree is unharmed? Can it be true? Maybe the gods have not abandoned us after all.
Well, we can hope not. Alright, we'll loop around here. Down this way, I believe, is where the fellow lost his caravan. You wouldn't think that it's like really easy to miss this part, but if I remember correctly, I think on my first playthrough of the game, I actually just kind of went straight up the road and did sort of leave this area behind. It took me forever because it's like, where is your caravan? Where were you supposed to have made camp? I just could not figure it out. It's nice to know where the things are now. Oh, take that guy out first. Get rid of that fire aura. There we go. And there we are. 1,000 experience for opening some treasure chests. I mean, honestly, two great tastes that taste great together. I suppose I should level up. Okay, that's taken care of. Let's spend some points. I don't think we have anything planned over here. I do want to keep leveling warfare up, of course, but let's see. That's going to increase the cost, but also the radius, and it slightly increases the stun as well. Definitely want to put a point in Dream and keep heading this direction. Put a point in Warfare as well. It's been a while since we put a point in Sonic Touch. Of course, this Lucid Dream, though, is such a good passive ability. Passive abilities in general are really good. Attack speed. You know, we don't have any ranks in dodge. There we go. Let's do that. I want to start building that up. And then let's see over here. Let's put a point in intelligence. And maybe one in dexterity. We need that for dual wielding. But I'm going to check and see if any of these... Okay, looks like we're equipped to deal with all of this stuff and to wear all of it for the most part, so we're good. Oh, there's one of those battle standards. Oh, those are... Nope, nope. Oh. I hate that. Oh, I hate that. That's why the Centaur Elders are so bad, because as soon as you see one of those battle standards, that's pretty much it. That's a death. Alright, come on, you losers. There, I can do the same thing. Man, why did that go so much better the second time? Oh, because we used Warhorn instead of Standard. Got back 144 experience points. Okay. What is that, our second death? Well, whenever there's a large cluster of centaurs, I always start looking for those. You try to pick out the elders first. Okay. Now we've got to head this way. First, though. More fishmen. These are fen ichthyans because they live in the fens. Freshwater, I suppose, versus saltwater. There's a secret cave up here, or semi-secret, I suppose. I think of it as secret in that, you know, the game doesn't point it out to you, doesn't do anything to call it out other than put an icon on the map. And it's easy to miss. Full of demons and bats. Because that's what you put in a cave when you don't know what else to do with it or don't have another plan, you know. Grrr. I love that little noise that the Eurinomas make. Grr, arg. See, I think this way dead ends? No, it might loop. Oh, and there's a Lemos. The first one of those that we've seen, I think. They are extra nasty because they drain life. and so they can often they can heal almost as fast as you can damage them, especially if your attention is divided between multiple targets. So when you're being bum rushed like that by a crowd of enemies, and you and your pet or whatever, you know, trying to attack multiple targets, those Lemos are not great opponents to have up in your grill. The bats here are very much like, to me... Oh, there he is. There he is. Oh, it's Shadow Maw. Oh, boy. Oh, I hate this guy. Oh my gosh. There we go. Oh, he is so much more powerful than, like, any enemies that you should be dealing with at this level. Putting dots on him and, like, kiting him around is about all you can realistically do. Ooh. Ooh-wee. And you can see he summoned some shadow demons and things as well. He is... oh boy. He is nasty. One of you mentioned him, I believe. In fact. And he is, like, highly stun resistant. Yada yada yada. There we go. Let's keep our little nightmare up. Whew. Kiting him around like this is about all you can do. And when he stops to attack you, then, you know, you can turn and hit him with a ranged attack. Warhorn comes in really handy here. Dream and Warfare is a great combination to fight him with. In that there is a good combination to fight him with. Because this way, you know, you can stun him in order to get away from him when he starts to close in. Get a little bit of extra distance. Come on, Distortion Wave. Oof. There we go. Nice. I hate fighting this guy. Oh, I hate fighting him so much. Oh, he hits so hard. Oh, see? Oh, man. Oh my gosh. That is the worst. If you don't have, like, a good dot to put on him. Oof. Well, that's 3 deaths. Let's get back to it, I suppose. Man, used a lot of potions on that, but still. Gotta wait for my nightmare to cool down. Ugh. And he's so resistant to, like, the slow and to the stun. They just... because what slow and stun resistance and things like that do is they reduce the duration of those effects. Okay. Also important to grab that because otherwise... Oop. Yeah, if we die again, our first, our first tombstone disappears. And any missing experience points that we may have gotten from it is going to be replaced with the new amount. Oh, I hate fighting him. And the worst part is, like, he regenerates. Come on. He summons ads, he regenerates. He's just unpleasant. Ooh. Ooh. Not great. Come on. Oh. Yes. He is level 24, and we, notably, are not. Ooh. Ooh, ooh. No. Leave me alone. Of course, this unfortunately can't be the whole video, so, like, if I can't take him down...
Not enough energy.
Oh, oh. Bad move. Bad move. Bad move. Nope, don't like that. See, and he has that AoE attack. So it's like he keeps taking down our pet as well. Is he level 24? No, he's level 16. Ooh. Leave me alone. You can't open this until you take him down. Ugh. Yeah, we may just have to come back, unfortunately. Oh. Leave me alone. Oh, that was the wrong way to go. Get out of here. There we go. Shoo! Come on. You, Shadow Demon. Ugh. That is rough. Ugh. I want to take him down so bad. I hate leaving stuff unfinished. Unfortunately, I just don't think we're going to be able to. We simply do not have the firepower, because there's nothing I can really do about him regenerating faster than we can damage him. So that means that we will simply have to come back. Thankfully, that's not difficult to do. It will be a bit of a walk, because there's not a portal, like, close to him, but we know where he's at. Oh good, turtle shell. It's alright. This isn't a retreat, it's a tactical withdrawal. I wanted to beat him so bad for y'all, but it's alright. We'll come back. We'll come back. A couple more levels. Some new equipment.
Your inventory is full.
Ugh. I'll go to Megara here. Well, I guess he's like, you know, any secret or bonus boss, where if you can take him down, then, you know, you earn the reward. You certainly get, you know, what you've earned, but you do have to work for it. Okay, let's see. It's 52 energy, 8 dexterity. It's thrown weapon. Yeah, some more health. That's what we need. Energy leech, bonus damage. Oh my goodness gracious, that's actually better. Wow. Let's see. There's no way that can be better then. Ooh. This is pretty good. Yeah, that's much better health regeneration and energy regeneration, so at the cost of just a little bit of armor. I'll take that. Yeah, I've taken him down too, but it very much depends on your build, because different kinds of powers are going to make it harder or easier. So for example, things like Rogue, which has a lot more dots, or things like Hunting, which increases your critical hits and has a lot of bleeding damage powers and so forth.
Goodbye.
So it's just all about your build. And Dream and Warfare, with the way that we've spent our points, it's just not conducive. Okay, let's see. I guess... The health regeneration on that one is so much better, but we do need armor, and this one has an armor bonus. Man. These are better than the ones I just sold. Fighting Shadow Maw up there has convinced me that we do need to pay attention to armor as well. I think I'm going to split the difference, and I'm going to take the better armor with the same healing bonus that we had before. And then let's see, we've got some more boarhide, we got some diseased plumage, we got some pristine plumage. Oop. I dislike that when you're in the caravan screen, if you right-click on something, it automatically places it into the caravan, similarly to how right-clicking in a shop window places something into the shop, it sells it. There we go. Means that you have to leave every time. Step out of the caravan in order to actually manipulate your charms and things. But that's a small complaint. That turtle shell will be helpful later. That one can be difficult to farm for, and there are a couple of artifact recipes that require it. Now let's see. This. We'll hang on to this for a little while. I'm not sure if this will still be worth it by the time that we get to level 15.
Safe travels.
We'll see.
Please, have a look.
Yes, a good day.
There we go. A few of them do. I think for the most part, it's funnier than it is irritating, but there are a couple of them, especially the caravan drivers, who are a little more annoying than they are amusing. But for the most part, I really love the voice acting in this game. Like, overall, I think it's quite good. Here we go. There's only a few more fishmen between us and our objective. Essence of Hermes Sandal. Nice. It'll take us a while to replenish our potions that we used. Got a little more swamp to go through. This game still holds up so well in terms of, I think, the imagery. Like these fog effects and things. It's just a good-looking game, even all these years later. And of course, unlike unlike some older games, this one hasn't really had an HD remake. It's had expansions, it's had mods, and it's been patched. But as it's been ported around between systems, it hasn't really had a graphics update. Oh, mini-boss. There we go. Let's stun him. Oh, that stun didn't last very long. Better go ahead and grab a potion. Ooh. There we go. That wasn't as bad as it could have been. Dropped a decent spear. Okay, that's all of this. So on up this way. More monster camps, of course, because that's what you're going to run into a lot between every town, every waypoint, as it were. We can see a shop up here, though. We are now in Lower Delphi. Don't get excited, though. There's still a ways to go before we get to, like, Delphi proper. Ooh, an elder. Get rid of that guy. There we go. There, we don't want the same thing to happen as last time. Pick that up. Not too much further to go. And now, of course, this is very easy to miss. The bridge and the road and everything just calls you to go straight on, but we know if there's not a wall, you've got to follow the path that way because it's going to take you someplace else. Come on. There we go. Now, see, it does end here, but remember, we were told the blacksmith lives near the waterfall. Let's grab this stuff these monsters dropped, and you can kind of see right over here where we're going. Here we are. Not to mention, it's not super hidden because they do give you the shopkeeper emblem right there, which follows and tracks around the edge of your little mini-map. But just to walk up and talk to the guy, or not even talk to him to get a free 1,500 experience points, I'm not mad.
Well, I don't get many visitors. Greetings, how can I help you?
Let's see. 28 armor. Okay, so that's not better. That's not an upgrade. That's not an upgrade. So here we go. See, he sells some weapons and armor that we really shouldn't have access to quite yet. Things that would drop a little bit later, like this right here, this bronze crest. That's something that generally would start dropping at the beginning of Act 2. Ooh, some black dye. That's kind of rare. Yeah, you can change the color of your tunic, and some colors are rarer than others. Black and white are usually the rarest, as in most games where you can customize things. Oh, there's a Diogenes' necklace. I love that enchantment, such as it is, if you want to call it that, because where it's a rare item, Diogenes, anything that has his name on it, it scales. So it's plus 12% intelligence and energy, which means that as you level up and those stats increase, the item actually gets more useful, which is really great. And that would be... I may buy that as expensive as it is because that chunky of a bonus to both our intelligence and our energy is great to make up for kind of our weak spot, because we are a hybrid warrior spellcaster. But intelligence and energy is sort of the part we're paying least attention to. Let me think about that. See if he has any decent rings. He's got some good stuff. Ooh, a hardy ring of brawn. This is similar, see? I'll definitely buy this, because it's plus 5 strength, but then also 8% strength and plus 5% health. Anything with that percentage sign after it, oof. Where did that go? There we go. That's a good trade out for that plus 6 dexterity. Yeah, that's a lot of money, but I'm going to do it. Yeah, and it's not going to kick anything off of us here, so that's a really good trade, actually. And yes, yeah, we can find some stuff that'll change the look of the outfit as well. I think right now... Oop, that's not what I meant to do. I forgot I'm still in the shop window.
Goodbye now.
We start with this kind of default white. I'm going to do that. There we go, that color, because Dream is sort of bluish purple and Warfare is yellow. And those, I mean, there's only so much we can do to mix, so we have to take what we can get. These other dyes, on the other hand, I will save for later. Man. Don't have enough money to buy the Diogenes necklace and that hardy ring of brawn. Now watch one of these will drop, of course, now that I've spent 200,000 gold on it. But that's alright. That's alright, that just means we'll have 2. Yeah, I mean, there are no bad colors. The Hunter Green is definitely one of my favorites. I typically kind of match my tunic color to whatever my gear is. So that means that it's going to vary a little bit as my equipment changes. There's a mini-boss over there. Whoop, there he goes. He's hustling. He's hustling. Let's take down this big guy. There we go. Guy's got some powerful fire spells. That means powerful dots. Just grab this cash. Okay. Let's hit hard. There you go. Okay, you wasted your big chance. Oh, and I just wasted mine. Oh, don't stand in the fire. Gosh. Ooh-wee. Oh. Come on. There we go. Man, he really wanted me to, Hardy loop events. What did I just say? What did I just say? Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, man. Yeah, it'd be nice if you could just summon an army. Of course, some of these class features in different masteries do allow you to summon various numbers of pets. Nature's good about that, but... Here we go. See, look at this. Plus 10% strength, plus 10 intelligence, plus 6% health. Oh my gosh. It's literally better than the one that we bought. That could not have been any... If I had scripted that. Oh my goodness gracious. Whew. Okay, well... Now, here's a question. Am I close enough to him that I can go sell that other ring back and buy the Diogenes necklace for, like, much cheaper? Yeah, they don't have like a shadow mastery where you could just copy the enemies. Sell value 10,000. Nope, I left the shop window, so that's it. That's all we get. Okay. Alright. Well, we'll just wear them both. That Beast Caller's band is like a much smaller bonus anyway. Goodness gracious. Feels bad, man. Feels real bad. On the other hand, now we can wear this cool armor, so... Don't have any money to buy it with. He's just like, yeah, I saw you pick that up. You can't have your money back. All sales are final. Ooh. Oh, this big shaman. Oh, come back. Oh, I hate when they run away like that. There. spirit callers, they'll summon these, like, spiritual boars. Which is not something you can do, cool as it is. There's also nothing behind that waterfall, which I resent. And I know that if you ask specific Pixel, he would say that he resents it as well. He is very firm on there must be things behind waterfalls, or why do you have one? And I feel that that's valid. I thought you were going to die, and you didn't. Let's see, I think I picked up a non-magical spear. There we go. Get rid of that. We don't want those ugly white items. Rebirth fountain. There we go. Go down here. Nessus Fleshmender, or Nesis Fleshmender. You can see he's got nature and defense, so that means that he grants them like a big armor bonus, makes them harder to kill, and then is healing them the whole time, which I find to be a personal attack. There's a cave down there we'll get to momentarily. Stand still so I can hit you. Oh my gosh. Stand still, I said. There we go. Distortion wave, I feel, is somewhat lacking. We need to buff it a bit. But we're also really close to a better skill, which I think I said before. We'll get there soon and make a decision whether we're going to keep Distortion Wave or if we're going to pick up the other one. Come on. Oh man. You can't fault them for this behavior. I mean, it's really annoying when the spellcasters like run off that way, but also, I mean, that's what you should do, right? Oop. Picking up all this stuff. Get out of here. Get out of here with that. Here we go. This is what goes down to the cave. Clear these pigs out. There we go. More spiders, beware. She keeps targeting the webs. I mean, pretty much all giant spiders are bad, but the ones I hate most are the ones that fling those horrible webs and stick you in place like that. See how little I care about your attacks. I'll pick up this floor cache. Ooh, Arachnos arm plates. This cave's not too huge, but it's got some decent stuff in it. There you go. You can see the ornate chest. There we go. Let's see what's in here. All right, another arcane formula. Death Rattle this time. Excellent. So that makes our third one. Death Rattle increases damage and attack speed, but it also gives us a dot. which is really great, especially because since artifacts take up this slot, anything that they do just kind of is a passive effect that applies to everything. But you can also see what I was talking about here, like Death Rattle is really great. It's a fairly low level artifact. It's awesome to have at the beginning of the game. Valor of Achilles, not that hard to come by. Scroll of Arcane Power, not that hard to come by. Completed Spectral Matter Charm. Ugh. Ugh, 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 ugh. Very hard to come by. Especially this early on, so it's like a level 5 artifact, but there's no way a level 5 character is going to have a completed Spectral Matter Charm. That's very unlikely. We just haven't fought enough ghosts by this point in the game. Oh, another mini-boss. Okay, I'm going to put my portal stone down here just in case. He's not as bad as he could be. I'll go ahead and pop a potion, but you can see... There we go. Shoo! And we're taking down these hero monsters left, right, and sideways. Except for Shadow Maw, who of course took us down. Left, right, and sideways. Alright. It's a fairly productive little trip. Back on the road. Let's get out of here. Ah, the sun hath risen. Good, we'll actually be able to see on our way on to the rest of the way to Delphi. And here we go, the Delphi Highlands. Oh my gosh. Get out of my grill. You. Nope, nope. You don't get to run away. Thank you, Nightmare. That's a good nightmare. Starting to replenish our potion stocks anyway, which is good. So we used so many of those accomplishing nothing as we died to Shadow Maw. Green Eye of Sauron. Got him. The centaurs are dangerous when they have their groups of boars because it's like, you know, they'll debuff you, so rather than... It's like the reverse effect of those skeleton captains who buff all of the monsters around them with a fire aura. Instead, they're going to debuff you, and then you're going to get swarmed by the other mobs. And of course, while you're debuffed is like never a great time to be swarmed by mobs. Okay, that's all of that side. Excellent. We're almost there, folks. Almost there. It's basically around the curve. Over the river, through the woods, across the hill. Here we go. Grab that health potion. We're on the home stretch. You can even see some fighting happening up there between friendly NPCs and actual monsters. Okay, nothing over here but that chest. And unfortunately, they're kind of meant to die. Oh, love that sound. Love that sound. Grab this. Oh, come on, I'm sure we can. Don't make me teleport and go back to town and sell all of our stuff when we're this close. I'm going to have to play inventory Tetris. Let's see. Well, I can put this here. That'll help. There we go, there we go. All of these rings and things. That's about it, honestly. That wasn't as productive as I had hoped. Ugh. Okay. Let's just do this? Question mark? There we go. Now can I pick everything up?
Your inventory is full.
Ah, but then if I do this... Yes, there we go. Haha. Created exactly enough space. Joke's on you, game. Okay, let's spend these points. I'm going to put a couple points in here because I want to be able to get to this next tier very soon and unlock this next level of skills. I completely acknowledge that I am thinking about how we can go back and beat Shadow Maw. Maybe more points in our pet, perhaps? More points in our trance? I don't think that pumping something like Warhorn will be super useful because his stun resistance seemed so high. I don't think that it'll make much of a difference unless we were to put like all 10 ranks in there. So... reflected damage is pretty good because then when he hits us, he'll hit himself. Let's do that. Okay. Ooh. Get out of here. There. Destroy their little turret. You don't have to do that. They die after a certain amount of time. They do have a duration, but... And I don't think that you get any experience points for killing them, but taking them out, of course, means that they stop shooting at you. Of course. Okay, fine. Fine. I hate doing this because we're like right outside of another town, but whatever. Whatever. We'll make a trip back. Well, we know that none of these rings are going to replace the rings that we have on because I will literally die before I take that ring off. Nope. 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 There we go.
A good day.
Oh, and I suppose... Let's see... Intelligence and dexterity. There we go.
Storage for the burdened traveler.
Since we're here anyway... There we go. I don't think that any of these... We don't really have the stuff. That takes spectral matter and demon's blood. The Scroll of Oneros is really hard to make because of that. You'll get a bunch of Dionysus's wineskins before you get a completed spectral matter or demon's blood, and certainly both. Wraithguard... It's another good one. We need Archimedes' Mirror, a Bat Fang, and Ice Nova. Let's see... We've almost got a completed Archimedes' Mirror, but we haven't got any Bat Fangs. Which is a shame. I actually thought we picked one up, but I guess not. Or maybe we did and then I died. There we go. Oop. Get these main heads out of the way. I love this music. The soundtrack for Titan Quest is just so good. Ooh, short sword of the Siren. Thank you, Nightmare. There we go. Okay. And here we go. We've made it to Delphi.
You're not the first to come here, thinking that the god Apollo would protect his own temple from the monsters. Oh, we protect it. Good warriors have fallen, and no meteor, no arrow has come down from the heavens to strike our enemies.
He's not bitter, though, right? Not salty at all. Here we go. Grab this first. And there's also going to be a new portal appearing because Delphi is a major town. We have a caravan as well. And there we go, a mystic. I think that this is our first mystic. They make you play through this much of the game before they provide you with one of these. This guy right here is the respec NPC.
Dissolve your past. Relearn your future.
So there you go. This allows you to take out points from other skills and put them back in differently, you know, have them to spend again. But, of course, the more that you do it, the more that it costs.
May destiny teach you greatness.
There we go. There's our enchanter. Here's our magic shop.
Sorry, only actors backstage.
Oh, this is a neat little Easter egg. See, this says
The door is locked.
sealed by quest. I don't remember. Well, we'll come back in a moment. I think it might be the main story quest that unlocks that, actually, but I'm not certain. Don't quote me. Here's our other guy.
Blades, shields, potions, greaves, bows, helmets of all kinds. Oh, can I help you?
Okay, that's going to take our damage way down. There we go. Don't think he's got anything good. Nope.
Bye then.
There's another side quest down here that's easy to miss if you don't explore. See, we have some NPCs standing here talking, but there's one back this way. It's down the middle lane. Here we are.
When the first satyrs attacked Delphi, my husband was quick to take sword against the beasts. He and a few others fought bravely, but were soon outnumbered. Stranger, I've seen him in my dreams. He told me he cannot cross the river Styx to Hades until his death is avenged. And he said his killer was part boar and part man. He said the beast hides underground, somewhere around Parnassus.
That's not the only reason he can't cross the river Styx, but we'll get there. First, though, I am sure that y'all would love to do what we came here to do. These lovely statues to enjoy. But we came here for a prophecy, didn't we?
Seeker, we thank you for your sacred offering. Enter and present yourself to the great oracle.
Oh, we shall. There we go. Plus 5% permanent cold resistance. The Temple of Apollo. Love this. I love this part. I love the way the oracle looks. I love the cracks in the ground with the gas coming up, which, of course, if you have read your history, then you may have come across that theory that that's why the oracle had her visions, is from breathing in the poisonous or hallucinogenic vapors from volcanic cracks, from geothermal vents under the temple. So this is an interesting way to interpret this without actually confirming in the game world that this is necessarily where she gets her power. But it's also just a really neat aesthetic. I love this part. Here we go.
Welcome, Seeker. You have come for a prophecy. Since Leonidas sent you, and you are a worthy supplicant, I shall channel Apollo's prophecy if he wills it. Wait, wait. I, the oracle of great Apollo, am having a vision. The ancient ones emerge and run in chaos's full eruption. An evil band in every land, delighting in destruction. What seems shapeless, formless, and faceless, their great one is releasing. So to enslave both god and knave, their sorrows thus increasing. Who is man to stay the hand of those the gods can't better? And a hero yet takes the bet to break the evil's fetter. 3 lights of hope to help you cope. One south in sand and wonder. One to the east, defeat the beast and tear their plan asunder. The final light will mark the fight, where you must face your fear. A door ajar, you travel far, and yet you find it near.
So that's not a bad prophecy, right? Not a bad rhyme, of which I'm often quite critical. And also I love the voice effects too. The whispering in the background, the echoes.
You, warrior, are not what you seem. You came here to discover the source of these monsters. Nearby in the foothills of Parnassus lie the Parnassus Caves. Travel through these caves and on the far side, you shall find your answer.
Okay, so there we go. Completed a main quest. Update another main quest.
Apollo guide you, Seeker.
Indeed. Well, so now we have to head through the Parnassus Caves. That's going to be out the other end of Delphi here. I'm going to go back this way and check whether or not the magic shop has anything worthwhile.
Are you sure you should be shopping here?
Rude, first of all. Not seeing anything super great, so...
Bye.
I cannot remember how to open this door. I'll have to think about it and try to I'll have to try to recall. But there's some Easter eggs back there, and that's why this guy says like.
Sorry, only actors backstage.
Yeah, because the Easter eggs are like developer Easter eggs. I'll try to get in there and then make sure to show you all in the next stream. Ooh, oh, he's a big boy. Don't like that. Don't like that. Okay, there we go. So now, out the other side of Delphi, we find the Parnassus foothills. We will follow them to the caves. It sounds like we've got a boar man to kill. But also, on the other side, we will find some answers. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for some answers. I'm sure that our heroine here has way more questions than anything else right now. Alright, that clears the doorway. Let's hope that that gives the gate guards a little bit of a breather. A rune weaver. Must have the rune mastery. They don't, of course. That was created well after this level, but get off. There we go. Pretty much it. These guys are going down fairly easily. That doesn't make me super confident about going back and trying Shadow Maw again, though. Ooh. Why did that take so long to drop over there? That treasure like took a moment to spawn. Oh, there we go, Venom Sac. Excellent. Need more of those. This next part is going to be mostly just cutting our way through a bunch of these enemies to reach the caves. There we go. Head this way first before we actually go in. Having found the caves, now we have to circle back around. I want to make sure we don't leave anything behind because you never know what they'll drop, but also... Oh, good, another Venom Sac, see? Already important. But as long as we keep clearing every area as we come to it, we should be good on levels and experience. Shadow Maw, of course, is an exception. Some of y'all already pointed out. Okay. Here we go, the Parnassus Caves. And this is the first time we're going to see a rebirth fountain like this. There we go. There will be more of them throughout the game, of course, that look a little bit different, but it's just kind of neat the first time you see one of those. Going to be a lot of rat men in this area. That's going to be the theme for the next little while, actually. Come on. Ooh. I hate those sappers because they combine Rogue, which is already a popular mastery among the rat men, with the Earth mastery, so like they'll throw fire bombs at you. Actually, that's a combination I've never tried, Rogue and Earth. You know, I bet that would go together pretty well. Ooh, spiked Club of Necromancy. It's not as impressive as it sounds. More spiders, because of course there are more spiders. Malevolent Arachnos. Are they not all malevolent? Are some of them beneficent? No, no, no. No webs. Thank you. These caves are actually fairly sizable, but of course they're like a major level of the game, so you would expect them to be. There we go. A war horn coming in useful yet again. And every time I dig through these bone piles for treasure, there is a cluster of brain cells at the back of my head that wonders whose bones they are, like how it got there. And I feel that's a legitimate question, but also I guess it goes to show, or says something about me, that you kind of get numb after a while. Like you stop asking the question in the front of your brain, and it's only ever in the back. Like, it's a bone pile. Whatevs. Health potion. Okay, yeah, that's dead end. Alright, this way. This way, gang. I'm going to kind of hug this wall because I want to get this quest over with first. Our target for the Grieving Widow quest is down here in these caves, of course, as we were told. Oop, hero monster. Yes, I know. There we go. Oh man, that didn't stun him for long at all, but thankfully we got him. Shoo. There we go. It was a little closer than I'd like, but I don't think we were ever really in any real danger. That scared me for just a moment. This is where we see an Orthus, which is kind of like Kerberos, except 2 heads. They call them Orthus in this game, but I think, I know in like Shin Megami Tensei it's Orthrus with an additional R, and I actually don't know which one's correct. Here we go, this is where we needed to be. Oh man, he did not stun at all. That's alright though. You don't fight a lot of Boarmen until a little bit later, so he's one of those where he starts out as kind of a mini-boss, and then he'll just become a normal enemy later on. Lots of cash. We love cash. Excellent. Ooh, you can barely see that. That's the deadly orbed stalker. They're almost like semi-invisible. Translucent. You can target them normally. I don't think that they have like a higher dodge chance or any kind of special defenses. They're just actually difficult to see on the screen. Which is sort of a, you know, a special defense or attack all of its own. But yeah, I thought that those for a second. Oh, experience shrine, yes. I should have come this way first. Dang it. There we go. Make the most of this while we've got it. When I first saw that those Orthus up there, I thought that, you know, I had flashbacks to Shadow Maul because that's basically what he is a giant high-level Orthus. Down this way. Give me more spiders. More things to destroy. Back this way. Oh, it's already worn off. Crud. They just do not last very long at all, but if you pop them when you're in the middle of a dungeon like this that's just full of enemies to kill so that you can knock them all out close together, then it is a huge benefit. More experience points is always more better. Nothing interesting. We're gonna head on out this way. More caves. No bat fangs at all? Really? Okay. See, Shadow Maw can do everything that a normal Orthus can do, except he also has additional abilities like to summon those minions. Or an AoE that's a dot. Come on. Those bats are mostly killing themselves on us thanks to Trance of Empathy. Which is great. That just means that I feel like that choice was validated when I sunk points into it. Oh, I thought that was another experience shrine for a moment. We could only be so lucky. Ooh, Blast Fang. I saw him down here and didn't realize that it was a mini-boss. There we go. Man, and even he didn't deal or drop a Bat Fang. Wild. He dropped nothing. Of course, he's a bat. The only thing he probably would have dropped would have been a Bat Fang, but... Stop drinking my life force. There we go. That Frostbite Shrine really helped. Actually, I think this might be a dead end. We'll go this way first. If not, it should loop around. Nice. Majestic chest. Please let me have room for all of this.
You can't hold anymore.
I had to say something. I had to open my big mouth. There we go. Okay. Now we've got room. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I think that the organizational button actually will combine your charms for you if you have multiples of the same kind. How did I forget that?
You have no more room.
Okay, now we really genuinely have no more room. That's alright. This is a good place to head back to town because there's a little bit more cave left. We'll go back to Delphi, and the magic shop is just right here next to the portal.
Something else?
Listen, I don't care for your tone. Is any of this going to be an upgrade to what we have? Some of this armor definitely is. I'm just so loath to get rid of that health regeneration. Now this is actually an upgrade. That much armor, and then we're trading 46 health, which in the scheme of things is not really that much for 16 defensive ability, so there we go. Much better looking than the the big satyr armor. Ooh, not as good. Of course we'd find good armor with health regeneration, but no. There we go. I think it's kind of neat that in this game, necromancy actually... I'm going to buy one of those.
Bye.
Necromancy actually deals increased damage to the undead. Here we go.
Make light your weighty burden, warrior.
Let's see, one of these requires, there we go, Scroll of Arcane Power, so I'm going to put this here, and that way whenever we go to make Death Rattle at some point, hopefully, we'll have that already. Cyclops Club of Destruction, that is so much damage. Let's see. Okay, that takes us up to 55, 44. Okay, so it's better than this sword. Okay, and then the axe. Alright, well. I'm going to miss that 7% chance of confusion because that has helped us in the past. Oh, well.
Live long, O traveler.
DPS is all we care about.
If you don't like it, you can leave it. Travel far, away from here.
That guy is kind of obnoxious, but I like that line. Travel far, away from me. Okay. More Orthus. Ugh. We keep getting, like, cold resistance for free. We need fire resistance, honestly. There's a Bat Fang. That's our first one, no less. The game heard me talking. Decided to shut me up from complaining. Just a little bit more of these caves before we see the sunlight again. Sharp, short sword. Well, I would hope so. Like, at the very least. Okay. Quality chest. I'll take that. Back this way. We're almost out. You can see the entrance over there, and you can see it kind of moving. There we go. The more it shifts around, the closer you are to it. Ta-da! Now, the Parnassus Hinterlands. Ugh, more Maenads. Ooh. An experience shrine. Happy about that. Okay. Since we can chew through these pretty quickly, that is great. Like, now is a good time for that. Come on. Okay, none over there. Run back this way. Quick, quick, quick. Come back and pick up that loot in a minute. I want the most out of the experience shrine first. Come on. Ooh. Need to pay attention to my poison. There we go. Oh, that was the end of the shrine. Okay. Potion collection time. We didn't leave too much behind. There we go. Here was the center of it. Jaguar Claws. That's another one of those yellow-green items. So see, it always appears as this sort of like double-bladed throwing knife. +1 to open wounds, not bad. So it means you won't get the most out of it unless you have the Rogue Mastery, but also if you do have the Rogue Mastery, then you're getting even more out of it than somebody else would. Ooh, let's just stun all of you. Maenads individually are, like, not much of a threat, but Whew, those dots really add up when they swarm you like that. Ugh. What? Oh. Get out of here. Get out of here. More maenads. Oof. Not all of them have that poison aura, but almost all of them have something that allows them to, you know, inflict additional critical hits or bleeding damage or something. Something unpleasant that we don't want to mess with. So it's a good thing that they've got low health. That's all I know. Go ahead and pop a potion. A few more of them over here. There we go. This is almost all of them, though. We've almost cleared the area. Ah, the sorceress with her storm mastery. Phew. Oh, you know what we should do? I went back to Delphi and didn't even go speak to that woman. We need to go talk to the grieving widow and tell her that we killed her her husband's murderer. Can't believe I almost forgot. Okay. She's just right down here. Let's go grab our quest reward from that before we go do anything else. She'll want to hear that for sure.
I dreamt of my husband again. His shade rests peacefully in the land of the dead.
There we go. Thank you. 3,000 experience? Sure. And since we're here...
Don't bother me now. I need customers.
Best of luck.
I'm actually going to hang on to this throwing knife. Never know. There we go. One more and we'll have a finished venom sac. Don't know what we'll use it for. Alright, let's explore this cave real quick. Ooh, battle marker right off the bat. Yes, good, thank you. Excellent. Oh, we'll use it on this mini-boss. Litkitk the Hungry, Arachnos hero. Well, he's not hungry anymore. Because we chewed through him, so... That's almost the whole cave. Here, while we still got the marker. There we go. One more side over here. Let's really make the most of this shrine because we'll never be able to carry the bonus with us, like, far enough to use it outside of the cave. Come back here. Come back. There we go. Awesome. Well, just as it wore off. Hey, perfect timing. Perfect placement as well. That was just enough to do the whole cave. $300 floor cash, an ornate chest. Anything good? Cash, cash, cash. Ring. Cash is always good. So much less important in this game than some others, but we want those chest upgrades too. There we go. Honestly, that's what galls me the most about buying that ring for so much earlier and then finding a better one. It's the loss of all that money that we could have spent on a chest upgrade. Okay, calm down, cat girls. Hey! Nice. You know we love that. Okay, good. So I'm going to dump 2 more points in Dream. That's going to unlock these. And here we go. So now we have access to the Trance of Convalescence. This one is usually my preferred trance when I use Dream. It has the same radius as Trance of Empathy, but whereas this converts attack damage to health and reflects damage dealt to you like a Thorn's Aura, this one causes you to absorb damage and then also just gives you a bonus to health and energy regeneration, just a flat bonus, which is great because that allows us to not place so much value on some of the equipment that's giving us that bonus right now. We also have Hypnotic Gaze, the first passive upgrade for our Nightmare, which allows it to confuse enemies and reduce their resistances, which is awesome. Then over here, another passive bonus to Psionic Touch, Distortion Field. It can only activate every 30 seconds and only has a 5% chance per hit of activating, but for 15 seconds, it gives us damage absorption and physical retaliation, so it gives us thorns, like really good thorns. Now this is the big one. So we've been using a lot of Distortion Wave. This is what we're going to upgrade to now. Distort Reality. So Distortion Wave sends sort of a narrow cone out in front of you, or like a wide line, right? It slows enemies, damages them, and with this passive bonus, it also slightly reduces their armor. But you've seen, like, the game kind of has a little bit of trouble aiming it. Distort Reality doesn't have that problem because it has a longer recharge than Distortion Wave, 12 seconds instead of 4, and also it costs almost twice as much, or even more than twice as much. But what it does is it just hits around you in an 8-meter radius and deals massive damage, including vitality damage, which is difficult to resist, and it stuns. That's the other one I was talking about, that like when Warhorn is on cooldown, we can swap it with Distort Reality and alternate the two of them to always be stunning enemies. And the best part is, this passive that we gain up here slightly increases the cost, but it creates a massive dot. It gives electrical burn damage, energy drain, so it's going to drain their spell points over here, which also deals damage, petrifies enemies, which is even better than stunning in some ways because it will affect enemies that are stun resistant, and causes it to deal bonus damage to demons. So, we'll swap out Distortion Wave for Distort Reality, and I will show you how it works. Come on, girls. There we go. Clear the field. Excellent. And we got to use it on a mini-boss as well. Lycia Spellbreaker. No thank you! Oh, Distort Reality is so much fun. It's like, it's worth waiting for the cooldown because it's still not that much. And it's so much more powerful than Distortion Wave. Oh my goodness. Oh, and another arcane formula. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Love that. We don't have our trance on, apparently. I don't know when that went off. Another rebirth fountain. Excellent. Here's an unusual merchant. A satyr. The only one kind of like this. Okay. He's not very talkative. Don't think any of this is going to be super useful. There we go, the Chaos Cube. Love this one. It's another one that takes Dionysus' wineskin, takes a Venom Sac, which we now have almost completed, a Demon's Blood, but it gives us a bunch of resistances, including stun resistance, a significant boost to health, and adds a dot, which is really great. Gotta grab that other black die there just because. He's got a rare staff. We're not using those, though. And another portal. This is the first portal, I think, that we found that wasn't in the middle of an encampment or settlement. Technically, the one in the Spartan war camp is in the middle of nowhere. Like, they made their camp there partially because there's a portal. But this is the first one we found that doesn't have anything around it. Like, there's a merchant, but that's really it. We're going to head back to Delphi before I wrap up this episode. We're coming to the end here, so I hope if you've enjoyed this, be sure to follow me here as well as on YouTube, and also hit me up over on Twitter, Facebook, Pillow Fort. That way you can keep abreast of everything that I'm doing and get updates on new streams, like our series that we've got going Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right now, where I and my husband, Specific Pixel, are playing Zork Nemesis. Thursdays, of course, for Titan Quest. There we go, move that down. And you can also catch us Saturdays, if you're not already watching, for Might and Magic 7.
Safe journey.
All of those are New York and Miami time here in the US. And so I hope that you'll give a follow and a like to our videos when I upload this on YouTube. Hopefully tomorrow. But if not, then as soon as I can. And I want to thank you all for being here and playing, participating. That's what keeps me going. I hope that these extra streams that we're doing, this bonus series, are bringing you some additional entertainment during this pandemic crisis. Coronavirus is no joke, so take care of each other. Wear your masks, wear gloves, wash your hands, folks. If you can give to any kind of mutual aid or do something for your community, then I definitely encourage you to do that, regardless of what it is. Even your art is important. I say even like you might think that it's not, but so many people place so little importance on art and artists when they don't feel like they need them, when they're optional. But right now people are really turning to artists and content creators on YouTube, on social media across the board, to television, to streamers, to crafts. So whatever you can do, it's useful. It means something. Get out there and do it. And of course, if you want to try Titan Quest for yourself, I've got the link in the description below the video when I upload it on YouTube. And I hope that I'll see you back here next Thursday for a further episode of Titan Quest. I'm going to take these points out. There we go.
May destiny teach you greatness.
Ooh. I'm going to put another point in intelligence and one in dexterity. It's getting a little low. And then we're going to take these 3 points that we've got, and I'm going to put 1 in this passive skill for Sonic Touch, 1 in this passive skill for the Nightmare, and then I'm going to put another 1 over here in Distort Reality because it is so powerful, y'all. Not sure whether or not we're going to take points out of Trance of Empathy and put into Convalescence. We'll see about that. Maybe. There's no sense, since you can only use 1 at a time, in having points in more than 1 of them, so maybe. But, yeah, if you're having fun, I hope that we'll see you back, and man, we've got a lot of adventure coming up and some sick boss fights in the next episode of Titan Quest. I will see you then, and as always, thanks for playing. Come on, come on. Oh, we're doing this. No, you got a big enough piece of me last time. Come on. Come on, we're doing this. Oh, man. There we go. Come on. No. No, that's bad. That's... Oh, it's bad. Come on. Oh, man. 12 seconds is so long on that Distort Reality cooldown. I was wrong. Why do I do this to myself? Come on. Come on. Yes! Yes, that's right. You get down and you stay down. Oh, and you drop Demon's Blood. Yes. Oh, suck it. There's the Bat Fang I thought that you dropped earlier, too. Oh, my God. Oh, what now? Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Very much yes. Daddy likes.